Apology. Last round during our stream, I talked a lot about the Magic Player Rewards Oxidized, but did not grace the viewers' peepers with the art. So there's that for you.
We're not proud of how we handled it, but there it is now. Hopefully that makes it up to you.
Kamigawa art. So that is, for those of you who don't enjoy losing to Welding Jar, or really hate it, have a visceral reaction whenever someone plays a Welding Jar, that is destroy target artifact, cannot be regenerated.
And we've got no Welding Jars this round, so if you do have that problem, good.
Yeah. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
There will be no Welding Jars.
If you hate recursion from the graveyard, though, if you still have maybe a little bit of hesitancy after Hogak, please turn it off right now.
Yeah.
We have on the right side of your screen there Noah Stromberg playing a Life from the Loam deck. I'm pretty excited about this one, to be honest.
How do you feel about Ayula's Influence?
I don't know what that card does.
Are you familiar with Seismic Assault?
Yeah.
So Ayula's Influence is Seismic Assault, but instead of doing 2 damage to any target, you're making a 2/2 bear token.
Oh, I could get behind making bears.
Yeah. So we may see Noah make some bears here.
We do see Richard here is going to go ahead and shock Thoughtseize himself. So he's going to go all the way down to 15, and he's going to get a look at kind of what we're doing here. Honestly, though,
this is Randall Mischal again. Sorry.
What did I say? I said Richard, and I have the wrong deck list.
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
Now we are going to see more Thoughtseize.
More Thoughtseize. So both of the people that deck list I was looking at were playing Jund, but this Thoughtseize actually doesn't tell you a lot. What's that there at the top of Noah's hand? I can't make that out.
It's a Magmatic Sinkhole.
Okay,
so maybe a new Delph card.
Yeah, so maybe that tells you a little bit, but honestly, if you don't know that Noah's on Life from the Loam, do you know it yet if you're the Jund player?
Right. I think you would suspect Ren and 6. I'm not sure if you would go as far as to suspect Life from the Loam. There is the Cycling Land and the 2 Ghost Quarters, so maybe seeing that Noah is all in on the value, recursible lands that you can get back from the graveyard, maybe Randall is suspicious.
Yeah, and Noah is going to go down here to 19. 17, actually, a fetch shock at Randall's instep here. And Randall is going to be at 15 after this. And we're going to kind of see a grindy game from both of these guys. It's going to be kind of interesting. I think Jund needs to put the clock on, put it on early. We've talked about that a lot today.
Yeah, Life from the Loam is messed up.
Messed up Magic card. And especially with Ayula's Influence.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of bears.
Yeah, and we're just going to see a cycle in right out of the gate here from Noah, too. So we've already kind of begun.
Yep. So we're going to see Noah get 2 more cards in hand since Randall Thoughtseized him.
And that's actually not the best Thoughtseize ever either. When you open up your opponent's hand, you see all these cycle cards, you go, this was a waste of time. Stomping Ground's going to come down. And good thing for Randall that he's not playing Dave from earlier, but there is a Ren and 6.
Right. So Randall down to 15?
He's down to 13 life after that shot.
13 life. Yeah, Ren and 6 is going to come down here. What is it on?
Looks like he took that up right away and grabbed back to Bloodstained Mire that he put in his graveyard. Yeah. So 13 to 19. Fetching at the end of turn, going to go down to 18. And Noah's kind of just in this setup phase, and an early Ren and 6 is a good way for Randall to keep up with the land drops, but you would really like to see a Tarmogoyf on this next turn or some kind of other pressure.
Yeah, Stromberg's late game, especially with access to Life from the Loam, unless Randall can get a Scavenging Ooze out, is definitely, on paper, set up to beat Randall, right?
Right, it has to be.
The game of attrition is not going to be very good against Life from the Loam.
Which is a spot that Jund is usually not comfortable working from. It does have multiple high-impact cards that, Tarmogoyfs, powerful Planeswalkers, powerful one-off effects. Ghost Quarter myself. Gonna go get a basic.
I think we're gonna see Ayala's Influence come down here. Float a green, Ghost Quarter myself for another green, play Stomping Ground for a green. I think we're gonna see some bears.
I would love to see all the bears. Now we're gonna judge Noah pretty hard on the quality of his bear tokens.
Oh no, this is his reckoning. This is his day of judgment.
There it is. So Ayula's Influence coming down. And if you didn't know, now you know. Noah says to Randall,
Yeah.
we're going to see some bears.
Does Randall even know at this point, though?
I can't imagine you don't.
Yeah, you probably see some life from the loams in your near future.
In your life, right? Yeah. So, I mean, in case you're unfamiliar, Ayula's runic claw marks ensure her territories are never left defenseless.
Oh, wow.
And that's how, I bet you that's how Noah feels right now.
Yeah, some runic law marks. It's very teamer.
It's very teamer.
I can respect that.
Yeah, and Noah's going to make sure these aren't defenses. Inquisition of Kozilek, I think the damage has been done here, friendo.
Ooh, yeah.
But thank you for using the right dice. That makes you better than everybody else.
The Reliquary is going to be a good pickup.
That's going to be goodbye, yeah.
Could also be Path, though, if Randall has a Tarmogoyf follow-up. Yep, looks like he takes the Path. I think we can expect to see a Tarmogoyf coming down here or a Scavenging Ooze. Both of these would be very good against Noah right now.
Plenty of other interaction that John can have to deal with the Knight of Reliquary, and there's the Tarmogoyf you were talking about. Good call there. 2 lands we saw in Noah's hand, so it's unlikely that we're going to make a lot of bears at the end of the turn here, but, well,
yep,
I lied.
See it.
So there it is. Bear number 1. Classic bear.
Ooh,
Classic
I think
bear.
it's a foil bear.
Is it foil?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, I'm behind it.
I can't say for sure. We'll have to see that bear attack first, and I think we'll.
There's the Plains of the Knight of
foil.
Reliquary.
Oh.
I like where this is at from Noah because it is going to make Randall use mana on his turn to deal with the Knight of Reliquary.
Yeah.
But still, at the end of the day, this isn't going to be a great position just because you do have a Tarmogoyf that's at least a 3/4. It's going to be out there doing a lot of damage. Knight of the Reliquary doing a lot of damage here if it goes unchecked.
Both of these players 4-1, by the way. So they have taken their first loss. And right now they're playing for, win this round, win the next couple probably, and make it into top 8. It's possible they can just win one round after this, but just like the round before, this one can decide a lot about how their Mythic Championship qualifier experience is going to wrap up.
Assassin's Trophy on the Knight of Reliquary, so like we talked about, has multiple ways to interact with that card. Tarmogoyf, 4/5 here, deciding on whether he wants to beat. Noah did go ahead and get his basic land out after the Assassin's Trophy, but it's tough if you're Randall here because, well, Noah can just make a bunch of creatures on the fly and triple block your Tarmogoyf and not be out that much.
Right.
Fetch land for Randall's going to send him down to 12.
Yeah, Noah really wants to see a life from the loam here. He's not in a huge amount of trouble, but that is something that would definitely propel him into his late game before Randall can really start leveraging his resources.
No attacks from Randall. I think it's just a safe play.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you would like to see the attack because if Noah wants to discard 2 more cards, then fine. But we see Knight of the Reliquary into a Bird's of Paradise, so if Knight of Reliquary can go unchecked, he can untap it with it here. It's going to spell trouble for Randall in the long term. But again, still need a loam before any of that can really happen. How many basic lands does Randall play here? It looks like he's playing a total of 4. So maybe we can get some Ghost Quarter shenanigans. But
yeah.
Ren does kind of also shoot that down too, though. Negging on the Ren is going to kill the bird. Doesn't look like Randall has a lot of action to deal with the Knight of Reliquary. I think we would have seen it already. There's not a lot of decision point there to make. I think if you can kill Knight, you do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like he's debating whether to play the Bloodstained Mire. Plays Blackleaf Cliffs tapped instead.
Yeah, that Knight is probably a little bit bigger than the Goyf too. You see Noah's been fetching a bit, definitely discarded those lands to Ayula's Influence, which also the enchantment gives him an opportunity to pump it instant speed. Here we see a Bloodbraid Elf into an Arboreal Grazer.
Arboreal Grazer not going to be that great given Noah's hand right now, but you know what? We'll take the cast. Bloodbraid Elf is always great.
All right, again for our traditional Chinese viewers at home.
Attacking with the Knight of Reliquary. Again, it is a beefy boy at this point.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit of math there.
I think what Noah would love to hear at this point is chump with Goyf.
Right, but Ren goes down, and actually that's not so bad either. You're going to get a lot of value there.
Yeah, it also makes Goyf a 5/6. What dies grows the Tarmogoyf. That quote, the famous Greyjoy anthem from Game of Thrones.
What die? Yeah. Scavenging Ooze coming down. That's actually a really important It's a really important pickup there for Randall. Kind of one of the key cards in this matchup, making sure nothing gets out of hand. Knight of the Reliquary not going to be that good with no lands in the graveyard.
Yeah. Life from the Loam as well.
Yeah, just the other linchpin card of the deck too.
Also takes Life from the Loam. Scavenging is just going to have a very high impact on this match.
Noah, you can see trying to figure out what he wants to do. Definitely a difficult turn just came up because of the scavenging news. 2 green mana open plus the Bloodstained Mire, which can go get a third one. I don't envy Noah's position at all.
Absolutely not. Noah does have, the Magmatic Sinkhole. He's got 3 Paths to Exile that can deal with the scavenging news, but I believe that's it. Yeah, Magmatic Sinkhole, Path to Exile. That is it for Noah's main board. So he needs to find one of those quick. We've already seen the Magmatic Insight or not Magmatic Insight, Magmatic Sinkhole and the Path to Exile. So we're looking for 2 more copies of that in his deck.
Randall fetches himself down to 11 here. Kind of going a little bit. Going to use Scavenging Ooze twice at the end of turn. Looks like he's probably just going to eat 2 lands. Not going to gain any life, but
still, that is a resource that Noah really wants, especially if he wants to outsize this Tarmogoyf.
Well, this actually looks like he did just eat.
Some creatures.
Some creatures, yeah, because it looks like he put 2 counters on it there.
I see.
Maybe 2.
So the Knight was in the graveyard.
Yeah, the Knight was in the graveyard. It looks like he ate another one. So he's actually going to go back up to 13. And Inquisition here, that's another backbreaker.
Yeah, it only hits Noah's Ghost Quarter. That's all he had in hand.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So nice, easy there. I didn't see him flip it up. Not too bad.
What Noah likes right now is that his Knight of the Reliquary is online. He can tap it, sacrifice a land, which he is doing right now. Let's see what tutor targets he has in his library. He's got the Ghost Quarters, Hall of Heliod's Generosity to get an enchantment from his graveyard in the battlefield. Probably not going to get that.
Got a Blast Zone.
He's got a Blast Zone. That looks very good right now. Blow up both of the 2 drops. Yep, and he gets the Blast Zone. He floated the white mana, so at the end of turn he can put
a bunch of counters
on it.
Yeah, enough to do 2.
He's just going to do 1.
Yep.
Yeah, and then those 2 drops are about to be gone from Randall's side.
This is an incredibly powerful Blast Zone here because Noah's not going to lose anything.
Yep.
Oh, and you look at Randall pick it up. Wow.
Yeah, that's great. Blast Zone, a newer card, came to us from War of the Spark and already making impacts in Modern. Usually you'll see it in the big mana decks, Amulet Titan, when it was still more relevant. You would see it in there. You see it out of the Tron decks, both versions. Eldrazi Tron ran it, even though they have a few more utility lands they want to have access to. Mono Green Tron runs it. The card has just had a great impact on Modern in its short lifespan.
Even in a game like that where Noah honestly probably should have been dead to rights because of the 1 hate card from Randall, it's so powerful against him, had the opportunity to come back and Wrath Randall's board. And if you're a loam deck that has access to a Wrath spell, that's pretty great.
Right. Knight of the Reliquary, a card that we saw a long time ago. Maybe in this format, we'll get a new chance to shine. We've had some new utility land since its last entrance into Modern. Now the format supposedly is able to slow down a little bit. So Knight of the Reliquary could make some waves.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to see. I mean, new card, the unbannings and bannings that we just happened have done so much for the health of this format.
Yeah.
I've always been a big critic of WotC and how they handle bannings and unbannings. This one was great.
Sure.
It just, even if it's in the short term, we got new decks and new things to play with. Cards like Knight of the Reliquary are too cool to not be in the spotlight.
Yeah, they really are.
It's just a neat effect. You watched a guy come back and win a match there when he was pretty far behind, honestly.
Right. Oh, yeah. A lot of new cards working together, as well as old faces returning to the format,
which is always great.
Yeah,
so
absolutely what you want to see in a format like this.
Well, I want to see what these guys are going to bring in for the sideboards here.
Sure.
Randall is going to Nihil Spellbomb probably coming in.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Fulminator Mage looks great.
Mage is probably
actually,
pretty good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No. Life from the Loam
deck.
deck.
From the Loam, right. Grafter's Cage doesn't do anything.
I think that's it. Liliana of the Last Hope. He wants to play a long game, and it's also good against Noah's Mana Dorks.
Yep, I'll take that.
Choke's going to do Jack Squat.
Nothing. 0 things.
Yep, so probably just the Nihil Spellbomb and perhaps the Fulminator Mage.
Right.
We might see that.
I think those are both fair. Probably going to bring in, cut the bolts, probably, are things that are going to go away.
Noah has 2 Leyline of Sanctity, 1 Grafdigger's Cage, 3 Leyline of the Void, mainstay, 3 Anger of the Gods. He was ready for Dredge.
He sure was.
2 Choke, 3 Force of Vigor, and 1 Vexing Shusher.
Do you think he just kept his deck list from the Hogak days?
Maybe.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
was
just got to update it.
Yeah, it was just like, you know what? I have this tournament this week. I don't have time to build a new deck, but like we're gonna play it.
You know, Noah, like, coming to this tournament, better watch out for Hogak.
Right. You know, what if the police aren't there?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, what if the police aren't there?
Yeah, exactly.
Can't
What
stop
if, yeah, then what's going to stop Randall from playing it? So shuffling up here. What do you think about Noah sleeves? Where are you at on art sleeves?
Oh, I love them.
Do you?
Oh, okay. So there's been a couple run of them. Actually, Noah's using some ones I don't love a whole lot. There's the original art series that had the dragons on them. The matte ones, obviously just your premium sleeves.
Sure.
The matte ones with the green dragon art on them, heads and shoulders above a lot of things Dragon Shield makes. With those, the dragon face ones, they're okay. Now, recently they've had a series of classic art where they insert dragons into the art.
Oh.
Those are neat.
That's pretty cool. Of like classic art throughout history.
Yeah.
They just put a dragon in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, some 19th century, early 20th century stuff.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I like the idea that our children's children will look at this and maybe one day and find these and go, "Where are there dragons?"
Yeah.
You know, who
Absolutely.
can be sure? Ren and 6 coming down, going to take care of the birds of paradise. That's a pretty good turn.
Once our entire world's made of plastic, including these sleeves.
Exactly.
We get to Wally. Wally picks up some Dragon Shield arts, and people wonder about the presence of dragons in history. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Randall did shock himself down to 18 to play his Ren and 6, neg 1 on the bird, and he got to do it again as Noah plays another bird into the Ren and 6.
Yeah.
That's a loose line.
You love to have the turn 2 Ren and 6 on the play against a Mana Dork deck. It's just one of the best feelings in the world.
For your opponent to play another one out against you, that's tight. You know, that's.
It could be a little bit loose.
I'm trying to see what Noah's line is. I'm not sure.
I have played a match against humans before where they were able to navigate around the Ren and 6, even though I had it on the play and came back and won. So I wonder if Noah could have done that here.
There's a Nihil Spellbomb and a Tarmogoyf, a bit of a Nombo, but you got to do what you got to do as the Jund player here. So
yeah, fortunately, Nihil Spellbomb's one-sided, so at least has that going for him.
Right. And honestly, in this matchup, it's not like some of the card types are going to come from Noah.
Yeah.
As opposed to in like Artifact against Artifact decks or something. But
you might miss Enchantment. That's it.
Yeah. Randall's at 17, Noah's at 19 here. As we get starting to ramp this game up and get to some action points. Tarmogoyf's going to do some work. Hopefully has a beater. Different than last game. Noah, though, going to get to untap for his third turn. Hopefully it's impactful for him.
He's got double green. Could see another Ayula's Influence.
Shock.
And neither Reliquary.
Shock myself with is that an Overgrowth or a Ghost Quarter? Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter and the Nitro Reliquary is pretty good.
Yep. Noah still nice and healthy. We talked this stream about how I love Knight of the Reliquary.
I don't think we have today.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great with Step Links, great with Wild Mikado.
I think you saw a Lightning Bolt there.
Yep.
Come down and take care of Knight of the Reliquary.
Yes.
Still in the deck, which is interesting, but it's an efficient spell.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
He also probably expects the Ren and 6s. I would expect that.
Sure. It's an efficient way to deal with that. Tacky for 3. Going to knock Noah down to 16. Raging Ravine was used to bolt. And Randall still set up pretty well.
Yeah.
Honestly, every time you go through a turn cycle, you have to do a check of could Noah advance his game plan. At this point, I don't think so.
Right. Randall also has a healthy number of cards in hand. I think 2 or 3.
Noah shocked himself here.
Ghost Quartering.
Ghost Quartering himself.
Maybe. Looks like it.
And are we going to see another...
This could be a Seismic Assault. No, we don't have triple red. See what happens.
Yeah, he's got some options here.
Maybe he floated some red mana with the Ghost Quarter. Who knows?
Seismic Assault would be pretty interesting at this point.
Mm-hmm. The Goyf is a 3/4, so 2 lands would take care of that. It's a Seasoned Pyromancer.
Trigger.
Yep, so Noah's going to discard 2 cards, and for each non-land card discarded this way, Noah's going to make a 1/1 Elemental. Can't see quite what he discarded there, but he discarded at least 2 non-land spells.
Cards. Wow.
2 non-land cards, yes.
Hopefully one of them's a Loam. The card on top there by the forest looks like it could be a Loam.
Mm-hmm. That might be the Ghost Quarter we just saw.
Oh, that's a good point.
He just used.
Yeah. Pass back.
I'm not sure about discarding a Loam into the Nihil Spellbomb.
Oh,
You
sure.
do want to get Randall to use it at some point, or else you're never going to put anything in the graveyard. But we'll see if that's what just happened.
It was just the one Nihil Spellbomb. It was. Fetch and shock at your end step, says Michael. So he's going to fall down to 14. Noah at 14 as well.
Another Lightning Bolt. So I'm going at Seasoned Pyromancer. Now this is a good time to use the Nihil Spellbomb. Yep, there it goes.
There it goes.
So Noah has no graveyard, no Life from the Loam, no Seasoned Pyromancer, no lands.
Just 2 1/1s against a 3/4 and a Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Ren and 6 could theoretically just pick off an elemental token here, and it will.
Yep. A lot of value.
I like it a lot. Ren and 6 has done a lot of work this game. 2 birds and an elemental token down. Does this limit your ability to attack with Tarmogoyf? No, because we have a blood trade-off.
Right.
Inquisition U is also a very strong play. I've kind of forgot how good
Path,
Blood Great
yep.
Elf is. And Path is fine, I think, here. If you're Randall, I think you actually feel pretty good about where you're at.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to throw your cards at him.
Mm-hmm. Right. Just excited. Oh, Path.
Yeah, I think if you're Randall, you feel pretty good about where you sit. Your opponent's got 2 cards before this Inquisition of Kozilek resolves.
Gotcha. Ooh. Noah extends the hand, says, "Yeah, pick one of these.
Yeah,
Which one are
take
you gonna
one.
discard?"
Yeah, I would like to dredge at my upkeep.
Oh boy.
I'll cut you.
Oh,
Are you
that's
done?
incredible.
I'll take 3. That's fine.
We love Noah.
Noah's great. Yeah, please pick one. Don't forget to take it with you, though. Yep, there you go.
No real way to pay off for lands in hand yet, but we may find that coming soon. So Noah is going to dredge. Who knows? It's like Pixis of Pandemonium. 3 cards just entered Mystery Zone.
2 mana here. Oh, I assumed it was a
think he
loam.
Yeah,
He's got a
probably
loam in his
just
hand and he
cast the
dredged a
again.
loam, so yeah, cast it at 0 targets.
Noah could be looking for, let's see, is there Horizon Canopy in here? There's Tranquil Thicket. Oh, he could be looking for some cycling lands to loam back with the dredge.
Now, Noah is in a tough spot where he does have a Raging Ravine coming at him and a Bloodbraid Elf.
He does not have long to spin his wheels.
And he's going to take 7 damage here.
Mm-hmm.
So, fall down to 7.
See Ren and 6 go up. Land go back to Randall's hand. Land come down on the field. Overgrown Tomb tapped, and back to Noah.
And Noah has to find an answer actually this turn because Ren and 6 is going to kill the Elemental token. I think Noah has to take a draw here.
Right.
You can't really dredge life from him.
Right.
Yep, Noah sees that, takes the draw. 3 mana. What do we got?
Neither Reliquary. Okay.
That's a stabilizer.
Mm-hmm. Depending on how many lands are in Noah's graveyard, this could be enough to stem the bleeding a bit from the Raging Ravine. It'll probably eat the Bloodbraid Elf. Again, we're not sure if that knight is the 4/4 yet.
It is at least a 2/2, but there's Liliana the Veil, so Ren and 6 your elemental token,
What Knight of the
Liliana.
Reliquary?
Yeah, Ziku.
Yep, that's it.
That's going to be the ball game here, and they're going to pick up their cards and get ready to go to game 3. So we saw Jund value him out there. Ren and 6 did a lot of work in that game. The Life and Loans came a little too late.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised. So Noah was one of the mystery people we put on the feature matches that ended too soon for us to finish. And looking at the past couple games, I'm not sure how that happened.
no, both of these games have taken some amount of time. They've been a little bit grindy, but maybe he just did a thing pretty quick and tackled the Night Reliquary, and here we are.
Right.
But
Out of the Reliquary, it's pretty big sometimes.
beefy boy,
Yep.
often, yeah.
Often a 5/5 or 6/6
He hits the
return coming
gym.
down. He does hit the gym.
Sometimes they don't.
Right.
You know, he's got a bad off season.
Yeah.
it's tough.
Sometimes we see some off-season Night of the Reliquary.
But anytime they get into that 5/5, 6/6 range, you really got to start questioning PED usage, and Life from the Loan is PED.
Exactly. Life from the Loam, I would consider a PED.
Secondary match is wrapped up for all you viewers at home taking count. We're going to start setting up Vegas lines on whether we ever get to a second match. The odds are starting to look pretty good if you bet the under today. Noah and Randall have both picked up their first 7s here. I'll tell you what, I like looking at the art on Jund cards. Like, they look as a cohesive unit. You know, like when you look at the hand of like a control deck, they don't look good together.
Yeah.
But Jund looks good together. Shock myself, probably going to see an Inquisition and Cosmo Thoughtseize, rather, excuse me. Send himself down to 16 and Life from the Loam, Ren and 6, Path to Exile are your main cards.
Yep, there's the Ren and 6. I imagine that'd be the correct pick there. Really high impact card to have on turn 2, especially against Jund that's trying to deny your resources. Ren and 6 on the other side of the table makes Liliana a lot worse. So not surprising to see Randall not want to hit the Ren and 6.
Yeah, and so Noah's going to fetch at the end of turn here, fall down to 19. And I think we're probably just going to see him cast a Life from the Loam and just try to get that engine going. No worry of a Scavenging Ooze or anything eating it this turn. So you can kind of play around that a little bit, and you have a path to deal with that if it comes down. Noah's hand looks pretty good. I like where his seat is. Randall knows all this, though, so he probably has a game plan developed or is starting to figure out how to develop one.
Right. Having path is definitely good to keep Randall's early game from going out of hand. An early Goyf isn't going to be the end of the world for Noah. See him cast a Birds of Paradise. Not a great top deck, actually. So if Randall follows up with a Ren and 6 here, it's going to be trouble.
Yeah, we've seen kind of this will be the third bird that'll go down to a Ren and 6 this match, and no Ren and 6 just yet, but Tarmogoyf.
Yep.
Okay.
Going to fetch down to 18.
And that should be a 1-2 Tarmogoyf, I believe, just 2 lands
Just
in play.
lands.
Oh, no, there's a Ren and 6. There's a Planeswalker. It's 2-3.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
2-3.
from the, there's also sorcery. 3-4.
Incredible.
We're doing it.
Goyf putting in work. This is what happens. You think Goyf can't be that big. You look at the graveyards. It is. All right, so that's just 18 for Noah.
Just at 18 life for Noah and 16 life for Randall. Windswept Heath's going to come down. So we know a lot of what's going on in Noah's hand here, and the biggest piece of puzzle that we have is the Life from the Loam. Wouldn't be surprised to see him cast that here and pick up some more cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Noah really wants to see some combination of, a threat, Knight of the Reliquary, Ren and 6, even cycling lands would be good at this point because that turns his Life from the Loam online. Gets to cast that for actual value.
Falls down to 17 after the shocking. There you go. Or after the fetch rather, and you do there see Life from the Loam. And hopefully, like I said, we just get this engine going.
No attack with Birds of Paradise. What do you think about that?
I think it's loose. I think it makes Birds of Paradise coward. Unless he plans on blocking a Tarmogoyf. No more lands in the graveyard, so Tarmogoyf does lose a little bit of juice there.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. Took the day off, no leg day.
Right.
So it's a bit of a negative there. But Flooded Strand playmat versus, I don't know, both of our heads turned.
Guy with a hammer.
Guy with a hammer. Yeah, it's kind of a glowing hammer.
We'll have to ask Noah after this match. We'll get an in-depth interview. Get back to you on his playmat.
I'm voting for Flooded Strand, though. It's peaceful.
Yeah, I think I'm a Flooded Strand here.
Bloodstained Mire does come down, so that's going to give Randall access to red mana. Attack you with my 2/3 Goyf. Before damage, path you. It's not a bad turn.
Oh.
Game Nights playmat for Patreon members.
Nice. All right.
Is what our producer's telling us.
Yeah, it is a Game Nights Noah's playmat. If you support Game Nights on Patreon, you get that playmat.
Wonder if...
I'm not keeping any secrets here.
No. We will tell you the truth. We are Washington Post.
We're transparent. We're all about transparency.
We're all about transparency. Yeah. For example, I had chicken wings for lunch. So you did too, see?
Yeah.
I had some French fries.
I'm going to tell you something that's really true.
Yeah.
I'll stream with you, Jordan.
Well, it's true with you too. Christian, this has been a lot of fun today. Hope you guys are having fun and love live streaming with us.
Yep.
Not a whole lot going down here right now. This is going to kind of be the theme for this third game. If Noah can get the Life from the Loam going, we're going to talk a lot about how not a lot's going to happen.
Yeah, Arboreal Grazer is not a lot at all.
Yeah, Arboreal Grazer
should come in tapped for Noah. I think he's fixing that right now.
Yeah, Arboreal Grazer is not a high-impact, exciting card for both of us to yell at. Noah does need to tap that and doesn't get to jump with it this turn. So we did see a fetch at the end of turn there, knocking Brother Randall down to 15.
A tapped fetch land. It's not something you see very often. Take it in, folks.
Did he tap it and then fetch with it?
No. Arboreal Grazer puts the land in tapped.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I was talking about Randall's fetching. You're talking about Arboreal Grazer. Yeah, wow. That's like those really bad ones that don't cost a life.
Yeah.
That cycle of fetch lands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow.
All right. Let's see what Randall's next turn looks like. If it's anything like the last 2 games, it could be a Bloodbraid Elf. Could be anything. John
Probably
has a lot of cards.
Trent has a lot of cards. The best turn 4 here probably is a Bloodbraid Elf to start getting the clock going. Noah isn't doing anything right now, so if Randall can get on the board and get going, that'd be great. Again, this well, there is the Bloodbraid Elf. Land. Fatal Push.
Okay. Wow.
See, this is actually where this tap card might matter.
Right.
Noah can't chump block with this, so we should be getting a Judge River to make sure that that's tapped.
No, the Arboreal Grace is untapped.
What did I say?
What should be tapped right now?
I don't think anything.
Okay. Just making sure.
All right, I'm just talking.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about the land. I got a stuck in my head.
Right.
I love streaming with you.
Yeah, I love streaming.
He's going to bolt the Grazer.
Oh, that can't feel good, honestly.
If you're Noah, yeah.
It is worth here, 6 damage in the short run? Because Goif gets in.
Goif's to 5, so it's 8 damage right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so puts Noah down to 9. You're right. Puts Noah down to 9. A 2-turn burner right now. If Noah fetches at all, but 4 mana. Bloodbraid Elf back at you.
Land. Loam. Yuck.
Yeah, not where we want to be if we're Noah. What's Noah need here?
Threat density.
He just needs things on the board, right?
Yep. I think this is the one area. So we talked a little bit before about how Noah's late game might seem stronger than Randall's. That is if he is able to get some kind of land payoff out. He needs the cycling lands. He needs the enchantments, the seismic assault, and Iola's influence, even Knight of the Reliquary. If he doesn't have those things, his deck has a lot of air, and Jund can capitalize on that a lot.
Assassin's Trophy down your Bloodbraid Elf before attacks. You're not even going to get to think about attacking with it. Put that land into play tapped, and Randall's going to get in there again for 8. Ren you, put you to 0 with the ping you for 1 from Ren and 6.
Yep.
So we've talked about it all day. And
that is something I have seen players forget on streams before. I have forgotten it myself. Ren and 6 does hit face, and sometimes that's lethal.
Wow. And we just watched Randall go to X1 here in round 6. So 5-1. He's got some magic left to play, but put himself in a good spot.
Yeah, deck definitely looked better than it did against Burn.
It's definitely true. Noah falls to X2 here. He's going to be on the bubble. He's got to win out definitely the rest of the day. There is cash down to the top 32 in this tournament, so he does have some incentive to kind of keep playing after that. Right. But top 8 dreams are a little bit more difficult.
Yep.
So
still possible from the buzz I've heard from players that X2 may make top 8. So you may see this exciting Nihil Ohm deck in the top 8, but we for sure will have some exciting decks no matter what.
Yeah. So we're going to take a break because, like we said, our backup feature match also ended early. We're going to get right back with you in round 7 right after this. Thanks.
Thank you.